In a huge city called Nova, life was going on normally, but in the midst of the crowding and activity, there was an ordinary girl named Layla who lived quietly among the people. No one knew about her that she possessed an extraordinary power, the ability to become completely invisible. Layla had discovered her powers at an early age, but decided to keep them a secret, using them only at times when extreme caution was required. Layla lived with her mother, who worked in a local hospital, and her father, who worked as a high school teacher. Her family was loved and respected in the community, but they did not know about Layla's special ability. She preferred to maintain a normal life and not show off her wondrous powers, so she would use her power to help her with small things, such as avoiding crowds or silently handing in assignments. But things at Nova were about to change radically. One day, the city began to face an unprecedented threat. A gang of villains, led by a leader named King Zarek, began using advanced technologies to destroy the city and cause chaos. Technological devices, capable of causing mass destruction. The attacks began, and the city began to panic. Bombs exploded in various places, and flames began to devour buildings. While the gang moved quickly between neighborhoods, the local authorities tried to confront the crisis, but they were powerless against the advanced technology and weapons that the gang possessed. Layla felt deeply concerned about what was happening in her city. She was watching the news, and when she saw the extent of the destruction and danger, she knew it was time to use her power. She decided to take matters into her own hands, and using her ability to become invisible, she decided to engage in an invisible battle against the villains. At night, when the lights dimmed and the city fell silent, Layla began her mission. She used her invisibility ability and infiltrated the villains' camp, which was located in an old underground bunker. The camp was filled with advanced technological devices, armed robots, and teams of villains who were plotting to destroy the city. Layla took a deep breath, then began sabotaging the devices and systems the bad guys were using. She moved cautiously, avoiding detection, and used her ability to avoid security and surveillance devices. She disassembles many weapons and defuses bombs, greatly slowing down the villains' attacks. Over time, conditions in the city began to improve thanks to Layla's efforts. She was making a huge difference without anyone knowing who was behind it. The local authorities began to wonder where this sudden change came from, but they had no idea who the invisible girl was saving the city from darkness. Within a few days, news began to spread about the unseen heroine who saved the city, and the authorities and people began to praise her. However, there was no way to know her true identity. Not even superheroes like Superman were aware of it. One day, Layla received an unexpected invitation. There was a meeting at the presidential palace, where the local authorities had invited superheroes from all over the world to discuss the emergency situation. Superman attended, who was on a mission to search for new heroes and assess the situation on Nova. When Superman showed up, everyone was in a state of excitement and anticipation. He expected there to be a hidden hero behind the positive changes. He was astonished when he discovered who the real hero behind the miracle was. Layla. In the special, Superman met Layla and spoke to her with respect and admiration. He told her how her heroic actions had affected everyone in the city, and how he was fascinated by the strength of her courage and willpower. He thanked her for saving the world, and praised her amazing ability to use her power to serve others. Layla became a symbol of heroism and inspiration in the city, as everyone witnessed how an ordinary person could become a hero, with courage and strength. Sometimes, true power is not the ability to become what you want, but to use it wisely and courageously to serve others. Layla wrote in her memoir. In the end, Layla returned to her normal life, keeping her secret and appreciating the power it gave her. She always remembered that true heroism does not come from titles or fame, but from the noble deeds we perform in silence.